Lovely.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Right. Okay. So I think we're ready to go. Lovely. Right. So, hello everyone. So we're not doing this as a live event because on Tuesday I'm at my gaming club. So I would have had to do this through my phone, which would have been a lot more complicated, and we didn't want to deal with that. And also, it's slightly easier to arrange it in Foresight. I suppose that's slightly easier for you, presumably.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we've just been talking before we started recording about how much work and stuff has gone into this, and on top of that, we can see here you've done something particular rather than just hitting a button on Tawny Keeper, which you could have done and would have been very simple for you. We've got custom cards and everything as well, so
yeah, just a little bit extra effort, maybe make it a little bit more visually interesting.
Yeah, a little bit pizzazz, draw it out, make it interesting.
Yeah.
So you have, I've literally just talked to you about this, but I can't remember. Have you or have you not organised a tournament before?
No, so I was involved with organising the Ninth Age tournaments last time we ran them at Durham, but only sort of on the periphery. That was mostly James McCormick, who's coming to this one, and Drew Eyre, who were primarily organising those ones. But this time, Shane and I were having a conversation coming back from one of the tournaments last year. Can't remember which one it was now. Might be one of the Warsaw ones. Saying that it was about time we set up a tournament in Durham again because it had been quite a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been playing for a few years. I don't remember a tournament at all happening in Durham.
I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. It was probably a couple of years pre the COVID time warp that we actually ran one. Matt Perris remembers it because he's mentioned a free bar in one of the podcasts, which has stitched me up slightly because now expectations are mega high.
Trust Matty P to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but so we did run a couple. There've always been slightly smaller events, and also Durham's kind of, there's an East Coast line up to Durham, but for a lot of players who are kind of central and southern, it is a little further. So we there may be not such big events when we've run them before.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say, but yeah. So this time it was just Shane and I were talking about it and thought we it was a while since we'd done one, and we were planning on running one in January. That was our original thoughts, or February, but then we realised that the calendar was getting quite full up for February, March time, and we kind of floated the idea of doing one in January. And with the Masters at that time not really having anyone step forward for it, we sort of said, well, we'll offer to put up the Masters, and we'll do our tournament as the Masters, basically.
Yeah, and with a week to go, do you regret that, or it must be extra work? Almost running
a little bit more. Yeah, it is a little bit more because it's kind of there's duplication of effort, really. But I mean, some stuff's kind of just copied across. A little bit more to think about. The Masters guys. They have a bit of say in it. So there's quizzes that have to go out to get some feedback on what the format they want, and try and keep everyone happy, and also not disadvantage or advantage anyone inadvertently.
Yeah.
So it's always a little bit. This kind of thing's always a bit fun, but it's not been too bad. Everyone's been pretty amenable, as I would expect. So and there's plenty of people willing to help and chip in, which is always great.
Yes, yeah, that's good. I imagine it's easy having a couple of guys helping out with because you've palmed off that you're organising a Saturday evening meal as well as everything else, and you've palmed that off to a team member as well.
So
right?
I've palmed that off to James, who helped last time.
Hello. Ooh, that's not good.
What happened there?
Oh, there we go. Hello, you're back again.
Yeah, I think the wheels completely came off my computer. I'm not sure what happened there.
My screen has gone black for this stream. Oh, there we go. It's back there. Okay.
We're back again.
Yep, I think we're okay.
Can't believe it cut me off mid-curry chat.
Most important part of the evening.
Yeah, I was going to say the highlight. I was talking about the highlight of the weekend, which is the curry, and it cut me off. Awful.
Yeah, and we're going to have 26-ish people.
Well, there are 26 people coming to the event, and I think I spoke to James yesterday, and he said he got over 20 already signed up for the curry in like the space of 24 hours. So
Yeah,
good stuff,
it's on my
everyone.
to-do list as well, so I'll be along to that. Can't miss out on a group meal like that.
Absolutely not. So yeah, I've managed to distribute some things to other people, and Shane's done a lot as well. So yeah, it's going. I don't want to say smoothly because that's a way to jinx it, right?
Yes, yeah, that'll be cause for like half of one tournament dropping out last second or something. Or...
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I can only play like one game as a TO reserve, right? So
yes, yeah, I can't have you running between the tables like that.
No, I think playing multiple games as a TO reserve and would be probably a bad idea.
Yeah. Right, so with that, we were going to do the open draw first, and because there's no open matchup review, we're going to have a quick chat through those lists, and then at the very end, we're going to make you wait for the Masters draw. So,
Indeed.
Yeah, take it away with your fancy cards.
Great. So we'll see if this works seamlessly. So we have 10 cards for 10 players, and I'm going to shuffle them a couple of times just to make sure. One should do statistically, but
yeah, we never believe the statistics of computers.
No, especially you can't see it, so it doesn't happen.
Exactly,
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real unless you can see it happening. So we'll just stick some pairings out, and then we'll flip them and
stuff. And
see how we get on.
Enough to send over the open lists for me, so I can have a look at that all early.
Spoilers.
Well, we'll say this. So go up onto the forum, check out the rest of the content and interviews that everyone else has been doing, and go to the thread for where you've signed up to the tournament. That's where you order your food for the Saturday meal that we were just talking about as well.
Very important.
Oh, yes. Right, yeah. First pairing.
Okay, so first pairing is Mr. Mark Carroll
on Infernal Dwarves
versus Barry,
who must be warriors.
Yeah. Barry's playing a super aggro warrior list where he throws 2 Chosen Lords at you and sees if you can deal with them, and if you can't, you lose.
Oh yes, that's.
I think he's brought like
both on
the killiest stuff. It's like
that's
the killiest Chosen Lord he could have built,
and then doubled it because the second one might not have a weapon enchantment or armor enchantment, but he does have Intrepid Aura, so neither do you.
Yeah.
That's in 2 lots of 9 warrior knights with greed as well, so they've got the weapon of choice regardless of the matchup. So yeah, that's horrible to look at. I think if you can deal with those units, first of all, bravo, and second of all, I think you'd probably be good for the rest of the list. Which is a classic. I'm going to punch you warriors list.
Greed. Yeah. It's bad when you buy greed just to get more special items.
Oh yes,
which I think is what's happened in that build.
I
think the rest of Barry's list is probably just working around the two blocks. I mean, some Feldrax in there, which are always nasty, right? But
5 Feldrax as well as the rest of the stuff is pretty handy. Quite magic-like, but I think you can expect that with 2 Chosen Lords. And then what's Mark got? Infernal Dwarves. So that's a Great Bull of Shamut, so a dragon that's not a dragon. A smaller Bull of Shamut, that's the BSB. Wizard on Nezibkesh. I'm not very familiar with the ID book, so I don't know what that does. Big block of warriors, smaller block of warriors, both with blunderbusses, 20 vassal levies, 10 Turakan forces, 10 vassal cavalry. So that's quite interesting, not seeing them entirely as chaff, but they come with actual lances, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They're not. Yeah, they're okay. They're okay for the points.
Yeah,
I'm a primarily ID player. I like ID, so always rooting for the ID. Sorry, Barry.
I'm going to go for the 2 horrible Chaos Lords.
Yeah, as much as I really want to pick Mark for this one, because I mean, a greater bull and a little bull Shamut is definitely really cool. I think Barry's double Lord of Death is probably the
including
likely
the
to
guy.
win.
Yeah, including the guy who's managed to buy a Burning Portent and Duskforged and Immortal Gauntlets and a Potion of Swiftness. Incredible.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm going to back Barry for this one.
yeah. Brilliant.
Match number 2.
Match number 2. It's
Ollie
Ollie
on Demon Legions.
Yeah, versus Dan Winter, who
Dan
is
Winter.
playing
Ogres.
Ogres, yeah. That's going to be an interesting one. I know Ollie's been playing demons a lot.
Yeah, no Grace Demons.
No, it is a bit unusual, but
Yeah, I think potentially with the changes to the Greater Demons, you might want to try out some different stuff. I suppose, if nothing else, as a upset that you're missing out on Old Dominion. 2 Blazing Glories, Horde Thresher, a Titan Slayer Chariot, which I don't think I've ever seen on the table.
I've played against him a few times, but maybe not tournaments. But I mean, mostly because I like playing big stuff, so I always cry when I see Titan Slayer Chariots. But...
So they stick out in your mind.
Yeah, they do.
I suppose again, Titan Slayer Chariot's a good matchup for Ogres, isn't it? Lots of big stuff to run over.
Yeah. Double Slave Giant.
Yeah, and 3 blocks and 2 cannons and chaff and a catapult. So, and 7 bombardiers as well. So a very, very shooty ogre list.
It is a very shooty ogre list. I do like bombardiers. They they're bane of my life sometimes. Bombardiers.
They're an interesting unit. Like, if you've got the good dice, then they can just.
It does, yeah. I think that's because I only play James when he plays them, and he does have the good dice all the time when I play him with Bombardier. It just seems like it's like, how can you roll so many 6s? But yeah, they're good. It's just a threat, isn't it? You know, that you move in range, and then they, all the 5s and 6s come out, and they just annihilate a unit, which is a scary thing.
You don't want to be risking that,
especially when you're essentially naked, as
all of infantry is. Yes, yeah. Okay,
but again, if you can pass 5-ups, you feel like a god.
Yeah, I think we'll go that for it. Ollie, if you can roll 5-ups, it's yours, and Dan, if you can roll well with your bombardiers, it's yours instead.
Yeah.
That's our.
We're not going any more detail on the lists.
Yeah, that's our very in-depth review of that one. The person who rolls better will win. But other than that, it's a toss-up. Matchup number 3.
Yep.
So that Matt Pell
versus James McCormick.
Lovely stuff. So that's Warriors, and did I see the name?
Ogres.
Ogres again.
Yeah. So what's Matt running on the old Warriors?
So he's got a big Chosen Lord with a Burning Portent again. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that taken more than once at a tournament, especially with only 10 guys. That's very impressive.
Yeah. That's a high pick rate, isn't it?
Master of Evocation, Adept of Alchemy, Ranger's Boots on the Sorcerer on Foot. 24 Warriors with Zealot's Banner, which currently works in 3 ranks. So that's 48 attacks. And they've got paired weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So 56 attacks. Am I correct in thinking? All at strength 4 AP1, but there's Alchemy and there's Evocation in there, so it could be rerolled to wound lethal strike. That's very sad.
Yeah, and that's from Core.
Oh yes, for only 610 points as well.
Yeah.
5 Chosen Knights, 5 Fell Dracs, 10 Warrior Knights with Lances to go with the Chosen Lord and some chaff.
Yeah.
And then Ogres, you said, James McCormick. There we go. So yeah, I think maybe that Warrior block that's going to be striking at Agility 5 is going to be very upsetting for all of your very slow Ogres.
Yeah, slow James. Res 4 Ogres. That's
no mammoths inside to slow them down either.
Yeah, I mean the Rocker Rocks are always nasty if you can get a charge off on them, but I think it's the agility on some of the stuff is going to cause a problem. Definitely. There's no Frost Mammoth, which would be something I've seen James run quite a lot, which would be possibly helpful in this matchup. But then again, Merc Vets are always pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're lethal, pistol versions.
He's got pistol and lethal strike, so they can deal out some damage.
Yeah. Oh, plate armor, Iron Fist, and lethal strike. So fighty in combat version. That's very interesting. Yeah, so not as much shooting from this one. That'll make for an interesting game, but I think that warrior block is going to be a bit of a thorn for James. So I'm going to give it to the warriors again. I think we've lost Matt again.
Oh, I'm back now.
There we go. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wheels are coming off the computer again.
No worries.
So so you're going Matt, are you?
I'm going Matt because warriors are scary.
Yeah. I'm going to go James because I'm scared of Rocks.
We're going to have to come back and check how many of these we got right.
Yeah. None of them.
Oh yeah,
even
absolutely.
When we go 50-50, none of them. It'll be a draw.
Matchup number 4, getting through them now. Who's left? So that's Paul Godbold.
Yep.
Taking advantage of the new vampire buffs.
Absolutely.
And Tim on warriors again.
Yeah, another warriors list. So this is the Rule of Cool warriors list.
These warriors. Oh, yep. This is the 2 Feldrak ancestors.
Yeah. This is 2. Yeah, I can hear you again. It's funny how this was really good. Our connection was pretty good when we were just chatting, but as soon as we started streaming,
yeah. Once it's important, all dies for us.
Yeah, everything goes south.
So yes, this is.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say Tim's list. For me, double Feldrak, double Chosen Knights it's really cool, and it's being thrown at you, and can you fight it? Really?
Yeah, great weapons on the Feldrak ancestors as well. So.
Yeah, just to make sure. Yeah, I mean you can still roll 1s, right? But just
for sure, but anything that doesn't roll a 1 is going to go through you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely hideous. Evocation to back that up.
Pretty nasty.
Yeah. 24 Greed Warriors with the Zealot's Banner again. So, again, 48 attacks from that unit if you hit the whole front.
Yeah, proper Swiss Army knife kind of unit.
Oh, yes. 17 Barbarians to score. 2 lots of 5 with Stalker standards. And 2 lots of a large vampire. Yes, it's 800 points-ish for a Nosferatu Arcane Knowledge Vampire Count Master of Occultism. And then a Nosferatu Adept for his BSB. A Banshee, 40 Ghouls, 49 Skeletons, 25 Zombies, 8 Ghasts, 2 Great Bats, 4 Winged Reapers, 8 Vampire Spawn.
Yeah, I think this is going to be fun dependent on the mission. Well, we know what mission they're playing, but I think it's chewing through 49 skeletons when you have a raise is always hard work. Even for warriors.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah, and there's going to be 2 raises there as well. Oh, and of course the Dead Arise on the general. Oh, heard a noise.
Yes, I'm back.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, so lots to chew through, as is standard for vampires.
Yeah, the general. Yeah, I suppose the general's going to be hiding pretty well.
Yeah,
it's always nice if you can get rid of a general. It tends to start to unravel a little bit, but
yeah, though not as much as it used to because it's only a wound per round now, isn't it? So that doesn't matter for your 50 zombies and 50 skeletons and stuff.
Yeah, probably not too bad.
Yeah. So lots of blocks to chew through, but I'm not sure where the damage comes from here. The 4 Winged Reapers and the 8 Vampire Spawn is pretty hefty.
Yeah.
But, they don't have great resurrected values or reanimated values, whatever it is. So I guess they're a little bit more difficult to keep alive than the rest of the list. So I guess if you can be careful with that and apply them in the right places, that's going to be painful. And you're going to be stuck fighting the rest of the blocks anyway, aren't you? So.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's what goes into what, really.
Yeah, I suppose really blocks and blocks of zombies and skeletons isn't exactly what 2 Feldrak ancestors want to be fighting, is it?
No, when you've got lots of high quality attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've murdered 4 skeletons.
They're very, very dead.
Yeah.
And then they come back next turn and you think, well, that was futile.
Oh, they've brought friends again. I think I'm going to go for the vampires here. Just because they're horrible to chew through if you don't have the right weight of attacks.
Yeah, I just think just shifting the scoring blocks in this list is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the hardest bit of it. You can get. I'm sure that Tim will kill an absolute boatload of stuff, but whether that equates to enough points and enough scoring gone to win the game is debatable.
Yeah, because those blocks are hard to get through, but they're pretty cheap as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's not where most of the points are. Lovely. Right, okay. So last matchup, which for the people who have been paying attention know what they are, but Matt and I don't.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it's Shane.
And that must be Fred.
It is indeed. Good.
It's Fred.
It's worked out well.
So, Highborn Elves, with a Prince with Master of the Kenrick Tower, Commander with Queen's Companion as a BSB, 50 spears. I didn't know they went that large. 700 points almost spent on those 50 spears. 5 Lancers, 6 Reavers, 25 Lion Guard, 21 Sword Masters, 2 Initiates of the Fiery Heart, and 20 Queen's Guard. Well, I'm not surprised we managed to get through one of the tournaments without 2 of those popping up from somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely seeing those more. I think just out of interest more than anything else, see how they fare. Interesting to see a big block of Lion Guard and a block of Sword Masters as well. Often it's...
Ooh, nice short.
Yes.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, often one or the other, you were saying?
Yes, often one or the other, I think. Flaming Standards on ETH is interesting as well.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't want to be trolls. Thankfully, we haven't seen any trolls, but...
Yeah, I don't think there's actually much in the list that's really flaming sensitive, to be fair. I mean, I suppose there's some stuff in the vampire lists, right? But
yeah. Oh, well, I suppose that matches very well with the alchemy from one of the initiates.
It does. Yeah. There's alchemy in there, so it means you've got the option to put a flammable buff on the right unit at the right time.
Yeah, that's quite a nasty list. Lots and lots of elves. If you can kill lots of elves, then you're all right. But they are going to be hitting faster than you.
Yeah, that is always the problem.
And zombies and ghouls aren't really known for being quick, are they?
No, not particularly. I mean, there are quite a lot of ghouls, but I think they die quite fast to elves.
Yeah.
Especially with flaming standards and rerolls. Doesn't matter if you're only strength 3. If you've got a reroll, it sort of cancels out, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's 20 of your mates hitting at the same time as well. I've just looked at Shane's list and noticed that there's not only a Shrieking Horror with a vampire count on its back, but also a vampire count on a Colossal Zombie Dragon.
Yeah.
Which I guess is the bonus of the new vampire book, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a big enough change to say it's a new book, isn't it?
Yeah, it does feel like that. I think Shane definitely went for run as much of the big stuff as possible.
Yeah, and then almost MSU after that. There's besides the 40 ghouls and 29 zombies, everything is really tiny.
It is. There's just a lot of stuff moving around, isn't there?
Yeah. So if you can catch 2,000 points of flying vampire count and you can kill it, then you're in a very good shape. But if
you can't catch it, then it's just going to move around you until it picks the fight it wants. And the problem, I mean, the Highborn Elves, you've got 2 initiates, which are quite fast. Queen's Guard, but then it's kind of a bit blocky after that. Citizen Spears, Lion Guard, Sword Masters.
Yeah.
Getting the blocks in the right place, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I put my money on the vampire counts as well over the those poor initiates.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so money is on Shane and his 2 very, very expensive flying vampire lords.
Yeah.
Good luck, Fred.
Yeah, best of luck. Best of luck, everybody. See how our predictions are.
Yeah, so we'll have a check back and see how we did at lunchtime on Saturday.
We'll discuss it over the curry.
Yes, yeah. So that's the Masters Open done, and on to the main event, which is the Masters Group. So these are split into 2 groups here. What's going on there?
Yeah, so we split the 16 players down the middle and gone basically the top 8 by ranking. So that includes the English champ, Scottish champ, previous Masters, Welsh champ, and then the next 4 top ranked players into Group 1. And then everyone else in Group 2, Swiss style pairings, just on points at that point. So it's just for the first round.
Gotcha. Very exciting.
Yeah, so we'll start with Group 2, shall we?
Yeah, work our way up.
Work our way up. I'll just do the lucky triple shuffle.
Make sure they're well and truly shuffled.
Absolutely. And if they come out in the order, that's not on me.
That would be true random, wouldn't it?
It would be, yeah. Oh, true, exactly, yeah. It'd be too random to imagine. There we go. Okay, so...
And there's going to be a matchup review of this, so we wouldn't be going through that.
Yeah, I am definitely not qualified to...
No, I don't think I am either. Like, I'm at this one, not the Open, but yeah, no, I'm not going to be qualified for that. Yeah, so game 1.
Okay, game 1. It's Kev.
With his wonderful photo.
It's an amazing photo. This is Tom.
So that is KOE and I think Warriors. I'm not sure what Tom's taken. I've not seen this yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It would have been good hindsight for me to have printed those lists off as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Warriors one.
That's what we reckon.
That's what we reckon.
Game 2.
Game 2. It's Tony.
That's a very cool photo for that.
It is. This is Gem.
Very nice. So is that Demon Legions and Demon Legions? Demon for round 1.
Demons, yeah.
Exciting stuff. Mirror for round 1.
Yep. And then Luke versus Chris.
So UD and SE or KOE?
I think that's a KOE one.
Might be KOE.
Yeah. Just maybe for the for the next ones, I'm just going to pull the list document up because my memory is apparently not very good.
I've got too much time. I've not seen this.
Yes, I think you haven't seen it. I actually have, but I've completely my mind is completely gone. Hang on a second. I'm just going to open that up because. Where's it gone?
Yeah, I think the Paired Weapons podcast has done a list review for it, and that'll be going out or will have gone out on Sunday, so that's the 8th. So go and listen to that. They'll go into much more depth, and Kev will be on there as well to talk about his list.
Where's it gone? Yeah, Luke was UD. Chris was Ogres.
Oh, right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's very unexpected.
Yeah, so Ogres UD, it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
And then last one. I don't know who that is.
That's me. That's me. So me on KOE versus Rory. So
Rory, I'm not going to tell you. You've got to wait.
That's either KOE or SE, I think. Potentially Saurians. I've played him with Saurians before. Yeah, I'll find out on Saturday morning.
Yeah. It's a mirror list. It's a mirror off.
Ah, lovely. Okay, so yeah, 2 mirrors in the first half. Lots of the same armies at this year's Masters. Clearly, we're all talking to one another at what we should be taking. Cool. Lovely stuff. And on to the top half.
Right. Do the triple
shuffle.
Right. Okay.
Lovely stuff.
Right.
Game number 5 for the Masters.
Drum roll. It's Ed. Oh.
This is Tanker. So
Ed versus Tanker.
I have no idea what either of these guys are taking because I've seen them play all sorts this year.
Ed's bringing Demons.
Oh, yep. Makes sense.
He's been playing that quite a lot. And Tanker is bringing...
Dread Elves?
Warriors.
Of course it's Warriors. I knew that it was Warriors. We've had a chat in the England team about that. I should have known. Anyway, Round number 6.
Josh.
Jones with his SE. It's definitely SE.
Yeah.
That one I know.
Yeah. It's pretty standard. Kieran
with Vermin Swarm.
Yeah.
I think out of the 2 interviews, I held interviews and I was part of the interviews. I think most people said in the army swap they didn't want to be having to play Kieran's Vermin Swarm.
I think that's fair. It's just it wins for like longest list, I think, as well. There's just so much stuff.
Yeah, like number of characters and then all the support stuff, and then all the blocks are pretty cheap as well. Madness. Penultimate matchup. Can't remember who's left.
Dan with his SC versus
and Hugh
playing Saurian Ancients.
Saurian Ancients, yeah. And no Frog either. Weird Saurians list.
No, going to be an interesting one.
Oh, yes. And then final game. And again, people who have been paying attention will know who's left, but I can't remember. It's Jake with his ID.
Yep. Versus Atom
on SE.
Which really love fire.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they'll be pleased with the lots of fire damage and everything. No, I don't think he plays trees, did he? So maybe it won't be so bad.
I don't think so, no. So it's probably not too bad.
Depending on whether or not Jake's got pyromancy.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Right. That's the Masters Open. And the Masters. Both of them. All done. Yeah. Any last words at all? Before we move on to the Masters, not threateningly.
Yeah. Well done.
Lovely. Thank you very much for joining me.
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad it went semi-seamlessly, despite the audio interruptions at my end.
Hopefully I'll be able to...
cards worked out.
Yeah, it didn't go too badly. I think I'll be able to trim it down a little bit.
Sure.
Smart now.
And no one came out twice, which is always the worry when you're doing this.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to be playing someone against themselves.
Perfect.
Lovely. Cool. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll see everyone here this weekend. And you can follow live coverage, which I'm sure you'll be tagged into at some point with PTG.
Yep, looking forward to seeing everyone.
Lovely. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you another time.